Yo, whoa, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka aDrive. I bring you guys a brand new video today, and today we are diving into the world of Pokemon Unite, where the mobile just dropped, and it's an exciting time, man. They've changed a lot of things. I'm actually on the Switch. I just recorded a video on the mobile for you guys on the best settings, so if you're looking for that, check that out in the description below. But in this video, we're going to talk about some of the changes to Pokemon Unite. There's some big ones, man. There's some new held items, and there's a bunch of new stuff, so it's really exciting time to be a Unite player. For those that don't know, I'm a top 500 player that plays this game every single day on twitch.tv/aDrive, so if you want to watch, come tune in to me and my esports team as we practice and grind for tournaments and much, much more. It's a great time all around, and I'm really excited for this mobile launch. So in this video, like I said, we're gonna do a couple different things, but the first thing I wanna mention before we go too far is if you go to your events, this is huge, dude. Super hyped about this. They added super held item enhancement missions, which allows you to actually get 3 super held items, which automatically take 3 items straight up to level 30. And I know when the game dropped on the Switch, there was a lot of complaints about pay to win. Now you can officially get 3 items to level 30 immediately by simply playing the game. I mean, that is just massive, dude. That is so massive, and I'm really excited about that, and I just think that that's a huge, huge win overall. Since I've already butchered this, I'm gonna do this on my score shields and get my score shield to level 30, because I use score shield on everything, so that feels fine. I don't mind doing that. So, and then I actually should get a bunch of item enhancers now. I got 2,000 item enhancers as a result of that, so that's a win. And then I can use one more super item enhancer, and I think I want to do that on, could do it on my scope lens, to be honest. That feels solid, because then I can get everything to level 20 right now. But scope lens feels like the right play, so I'm going to do scope lens. So let's do it on my scope lens. And then I have a lot of item enhancers now, right? So now I have 4,000 item enhancers. So now what I can do is I can go to my held items, and we can basically take the held items that are new, get them to 20 so we can test them today. I think that was a great decision on the part of them, so I'm just really excited about that. You can see there's a little gift here and some things as I'm kind of going through some of my notifications. But if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like the video and of course subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Now, there are a few held items that we're going to talk about in this video that have just been released, and I haven't had a chance to playtest them, but I talked to a couple of my friends who have been playing the game since the game dropped, and they're very intriguing. Those 3 items are Razor Claw, Choice Specs, and Weakness Policy, and these could be meta shifting for a good reason. So let's talk about some of these items and kind of what they do and whether they're worth it for the characters that you play. Obviously, there's going to take some more playtesting and things like that are going to come over time, but I really think that these items could shake things up a little bit. So the first thing is Razor Claw, right? So Razor Claw is giving you an attack boost, and it's also giving you a critical hit chance increase. So those are the first 2 kind of basic things. But this thing, what it does is after a Pokemon uses a move, its next basic attack deals a minimum of 20 more damage. The higher the attack stat, the more damage it increases. And then while it's using this by a melee Pokemon, the basic attack also decreases the movement speed of opposing Pokemon for a short time. So in the context of a Pokemon like Lucario, which has incredible abilities to get in and out of fights, especially with things like extreme speed and stuff, being able to use their basic attacks and have that decrease movement speed of opposing Pokemon is massive, increasing the damage of its basic attack in general. Really, really cool. This is an item that I think could be good on something like a Charizard. That's something I'm going to be playtesting because Charizard can actually get crits on its basic attack, so there may be some value there. You can actually stack this with other items like Scope Lens to increase critical hit rate as well across different things. So in the context of a Pokemon like Charmander or Charizard and Lucario and things like that, there actually could be a lot of value here for this item Razor Claw. So I'm personally very excited to see what Razor Claw has in store for us and kind of how this is going to function out in terms of the gameplay. But this is definitely an item to look out for and definitely an item to mess around with as we kind of play test some of these different held items. The next new item that they've added is the Choice Specs. Now, Choice Specs is going to increase the damage of moves by a minimum of 60 when they hit. The higher the Pokemon special attack, the more the damage is increased. So First of all, this is only for Pokemon that are special attackers, and I'm gonna actually pull up a sheet here that'll give you guys a breakdown real quick. It's a bit outdated, but Blastoise actually falls into the special category, as does Gardevoir. I think that covers all the heroes, but you can see which Pokemon would actually benefit from this, the special attackers there. So Pokemon like Gengar or Venusaur or Pikachu or Cramorant could actually benefit from the special attack or the choice specs. So you increase their minimum damage of moves by 60, and then depending on how high their special attack is, that'll scale even higher. So things like Blastoise get up to 412 special attack. So this is an item that's really gonna scale depending on that Pokemon. If I pull up, let's see if I can find Gardevoir. A Pokemon like Gardevoir goes all the way up to 1001 special attack at level 15. So depending on which Pokemon you're utilizing and kind of, you know, how they benefit from it, there could be a situation where this item could be supreme. Like Pikachu goes up to 954 special attack, right? So it just depends on the Pokemon and how much it scales. This is gonna be an item that takes a little bit of playtesting. Will it ultimately take over using something like, you know, special attack specs or wise glasses? Potentially, right? Because some of those items are a little bit different, right? One of them scales based on how many times you score. The other one is scaling more based on a percentage of your stat. So this one is a little bit less clear. So a little bit of playtesting needed for choice specs. And then the last item is actually the weakness policy. And this is the item that I'm most excited about because a buddy of mine was like, dude, you need to check this thing out. So first things first, it actually gives an HP boost and it also is going to give an attack boost, which is really good. What it does is it actually increases the Pokemon's attack for a short time by a minimum of 3% when the Pokemon receives damage. This increase grows larger the more times damage is received. So what my understanding is, I think it can go all the way up to 12% if I'm not mistaken, maybe higher. I'd have to actually double check that. But ultimately, the more you're taking damage, the more damage you're increasing and the more damage you're dealing. And on certain Pokemon, like tanky Pokemon like Crustle, this could actually be really good. And this is where understanding how the damage is calculated in this game really matters. A Pokemon like Crustle, their X's are actually scales exponentially on their attack stat. So Crustle's attack stat, when you have X Scissor, it's actually doing like 150, 160, 180% of its attack stat. So the higher your attack stat, the more damage you're doing, right? Because it's multiplying that a lot. Like Lucario's Power Up Punch is doing like 500% of its attack stat. That's how the formulas work. There's a website called Unite-DB that actually breaks down all these formulas for you if you want to take a little bit more detailed look. But this is an item that I'm very excited to try on a Pokemon like Crustle because again, you're gonna have that opportunity to scale your attack stat. So something like a 10, 20% increase to your attack actually turns into almost double that or triple that when you factor in how the attacks are actually calculated. So very interesting stuff, something I'm going to be testing out a lot, but they've added 3 new items to the game, very exciting, and you have those 3 new super item enhancers. I'll tell you, my weakness policy is going immediately to level 30. That's something I'm going to do. I don't know what other item I'll take to level 30 because I've got a few items sitting at pretty high levels, so it doesn't make sense for me to put these at level 30 yet. But definitely an exciting time, and they've added a ton of other stuff. I mean, we've got events, a bunch of other stuff. One thing I will say is I have heard that it seems to add a lot more bots to the game, so that'll be interesting. But one thing I do want to do in this video, and this wasn't actually what I planned to do, but we can actually take a look at some of the different energy rewards. There's a ton of new rewards that they've added in. Let's see what the Hollowear is. Oh, it's only just the Garchomp in the new Hollowear. I thought you'd be able to get the Gengar right away. So I'll have to figure out the battle pass and stuff like that, but there's a bunch of new items there. Obviously, there's new trainer items that they've added, the closet. If you go to the Hollowear section in the store, the new UI is good. I've heard that the game plays much smoother on the Switch now, which is really, really good. A little bit of a disappointment that they didn't add the new, you know, the new characters yet, but you see there's a bunch of new skins that they've added. Some of the default skins for Snorlax, still no Crustle skin, which is very big sad, but that's okay. So ultimately, lots to be excited about for Pokemon Unite. Let me know your thoughts on the new held items in the comments section below. If you've had a lot of success with one or the other, or you think that one particularly works on a Pokemon, definitely put that in the comment section. Let's help each other out. Otherwise, guys, hit that like button down below. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new for Pokemon Unite content every single day. That's gonna be it for me, guys. My name is Dan. I also go by aDrive, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.